So have you guys ever seen those Coexist stickers? I'm looking at one right now, and it has, the peace sign, the cross, the yin and yang, the Judaism star, the crescent, the crest of Islam. Coexistence only works when you want others to follow your rules. There is no such thing as tolerance, unfortunately. I have a hard time understanding and grasping that concept that there can be such a thing as tolerance. Because guess what? If it's not my way, it's the highway. If I'm right, you're wrong. It doesn't matter. There will always be this intolerance that plagues our society, that goes with laws. And in that aspect, they're talking about the religious aspect. And there's just too many things out there that don't create a tolerant world. Those people, in my opinion, those people that have those Coexist stickers don't really understand what it means to coexist. Can you live happily with one another? Well, if you follow Islam and Sharia law, the answer is no. There is no coexistence. Christianity, well, you either accept Christ or you go to hell. Judaism, the Messiah has not come yet. There's one God. There's so many different points of views out there, but how do we know what truth is? And I think that's where God works on our hearts. I think that's where God takes us to new levels when we seek Him and when we study Him and His characteristics and who He really is. Here's a massive God who has sent His Son down, equal with Him, Father, Son, but equal, sent Him down to earth. Okay, and some would say that He gave up a lot of His godly attributes in order to understand what it was like to live in a sinful world. However, He was sinless. And then to be put on a cross and say, I'll take the sins of the world for the sake of the people. And this happened 2,000 years ago, and what do we have now? We have a society, an American church, that acts like the Corinthian church, with brother against brother. We have, the old saying, do as the Romans do. Well, I'll tell you what, why would I want to do what the Romans did? Because the Roman Empire, look what happened to them. They had, I believe it was 14 out of the first 15 emperors were homosexuals. They had boys. So, the world is going to a hell in a handbasket. We know it's coming, but we have a job and a responsibility as believers in Christ to go out and witness to these people. The question is how? This will be a separate playlist, and we'll talk about the how you can go about doing that. I think it's important to understand it's not good enough. It's not good enough just to say you're a Christian. It's not. A majority of America would say that they side with Christianity, but don't really understand what that means. And it's an unfortunate state that we're in. So, it's going to be a long process. And the thing is, we know how it ends. We know how it ends. And some would say that, well, if we know how it ends, why do we need to do this? That's a great question for another time. But, so anyway, thought-provoking. We'll move on. We'll continue on.